the 2026 IPL, the Punjab Kings held a perfect six-match win streak. Their reputation was built on defending massive totals right here on the batting-friendly surface of New Chandigarh. But that perfect record ended when the Rajasthan Royals chased down a target of 223, winning by 6 wickets with 4 deliveries to spare. Executing a 220-plus run chase relies heavily on phase management. It requires a team to build a large enough statistical buffer to absorb the inevitable collapses that happen against high-quality bowling. This dual-line warm graph maps the run accumulation of both teams across the full 20 overs. The match was decided in 2 distinct windows. First, Rajasthan's massive run surplus in the opening 6 overs, and second, Punjab's late surge at the death. Comparing the magnitude of these 2 spikes reveals the structural trade-off that defined the game's final outcome. The Punjab Kings set their foundation in the power play. Kriyansh Arya immediately went after Nandre Berger, scoring 29 runs off just 11 deliveries. But that aggressive start was checked by Jofra Archer. Archer maintained strict lines and high pace, inducing a mistimed shot from Arya to secure the first breakthrough. With the pace neutralized, Rajasthan deployed their spinners, Yash Punya and Ravindra Jadeja, to compress the middle overs. This pitch map illustrates their strategy. Notice the clustering of deliveries on tight, restrictive lengths. This precision forced the typically explosive Prabhsimran Singh to play a conservative anchor role, managing 59 runs off 44 balls. By prioritizing wicket preservation over run velocity against the spinners, Punjab Kings left themselves with a mathematical deficit. They structurally forced their lower order to attempt a high-risk acceleration in the final 5 overs. That acceleration fell to Marcus Stoinis, who stepped in to rescue the run rate at the death. This wagon wheel maps Stoinis' 62 runs off 22 balls. He utilized the true bounce of the pitch to target pacers Archer and Berger, concentrating his boundaries square of the wicket and straight down the ground. The momentum fully shifted in the 20th over, bowled by Brijesh Sharma. This pitch map isolates that final over. Sharma repeatedly missed his Yorker mark, dropping a cluster of deliveries right into the slot, which cost his team 24 runs. That final over pushed Punjab Kings to an imposing 222 for 4. However, relying on a single 5-over phase to salvage the run rate masked the structural fragility of the preceding 15 overs. To chase 223, the Rajasthan Royals needed to maintain 11.1 runs per over from the first delivery. The only way to achieve that is by generating a massive power play surplus. This split-screen bar chart compares the power play outputs. Rajasthan posted 84 for 1 in their first 6 overs, significantly outpacing Punjab's 65 for 1, and immediately creating a positive run rate delta. Yashasvi Jaiswal and 15-year-old Vaibhav Suryavanshi generated this surplus by aggressively targeting the pace of Lockie Ferguson and Arshdeep Singh. When Ferguson attempted a Yorker, Suryavanshi neutralized the pace advantage, clearing his front leg and snapping his wrists to execute a helicopter shot for 6. Securing an 84-run power play drastically reduced the required run rate. This statistical insurance allowed Rajasthan to absorb the inevitable squeeze when Punjab introduced their spinners. That squeeze arrived with Yuzvendra Chahal, who immediately pulled the momentum back toward the Punjab Kings. On a pitch offering true bounce to the fast bowlers, Chahal took all the pace off the ball. He forced the Rajasthan batters to generate their own power. This 2D overhead animation shows the result. By bowling with flight and wider lines, Chahal induced critical mishits from Dhruv Jurel, Jaiswal, and Riyan Parag, resulting in 3 catches deep in the outfield. This tactical shift stalled the chase, forcing the Royals to generate 71 runs in the final 5 overs. Despite Chahal's middle over control, Rajasthan entered the 16th over requiring 71 runs off the final 30 balls. They countered Punjab's elite pace battery, Ferguson, Jansen, and Arshdeep, with impact sub Shubham Dubey and Donovan Ferreira. This comparative stat block highlights the mismatch. On the left, Ferreira and Dubey combined for 83 unbeaten runs. On the right, the pace trio of Ferguson, Jansen, and Arshdeep failed to adjust their defensive lengths and yielded 66 runs in just the final 5 overs. Ferreira calculated his targets precisely, attacking Marco Jansen in the final over to seal the victory with 4 deliveries to spare. A pace battery that fails to adjust its length against fresh hitters creates a predictable scoring environment, allowing the batting side to fully leverage the impact player rule. Returning to our dual-line worm graph, the data highlights 3 critical zones: the Rajasthan power play surplus, the Chahal spin squeeze, and the final pace collapse. The massive run differential Rajasthan built in the power play mathematically neutralized the advantage Punjab gained during Stoinis' late surge. On a pitch with true, consistent bounce, relying on pace-on-pace matchups at the death guarantees volatility and heavily exposes the defending team. Successfully chasing 220-plus runs requires strict structural planning. By front-loading their run rate and neutralizing the opponent's pace attack at the death, the Rajasthan Royals executed the math of the modern T20 chase perfectly.